I never believed a heart could rot from the inside out. But mine did. I was 53, sitting on the edge of my bed in a house that had never felt like home. My husband had just slammed the bedroom door again, his words still echoing in the walls. "You will never be anything without me." I had heard worse, much worse. But that night, something in me snapped. I walked into the kitchen like a ghost, opened the medicine cabinet, and took the sleeping pills one by one. Not to die. No, not that. I just wanted to stop feeling for a while. I wanted silence. I wanted out of the cage I had once called marriage. As I laid down, the light flickering above me felt colder than usual. And the silence I wanted so badly, it was not peace. It was a portal. That was the night I left my body and spent 20 minutes in a place so dark, so twisted, it made me regret ever walking down the aisle. Before I continue, I want to take a moment to thank you for being here. To all our subscribers, thank you from the depths of my heart. You are the reason stories like mine find the ears that need them. And to our new and returning viewers who have not yet subscribed, I truly cannot wait for you to hit that subscribe button. It is the fuel that keeps this message alive and going. Please do not forget to leave your thoughts and reactions in the comments. Your voice matters. Now, let me take you back to where it all began. My name is Carol, and I was born and raised in Springfield, Massachusetts. I grew up in a house where faith was stiff, formal, and full of rules. My parents were devout Catholics, but I never felt God. I felt religion. By 17, I just wanted to get out. So when Mark, a tall, charismatic man from the city, started pursuing me, I saw it as a way of escape. We got married a year later. I thought I was walking into love. I was walking into a slow-motion prison. The early years were confusing. He was charming to everyone but me. Behind closed doors, his voice was thunder. His silence, ice. I stopped looking in mirrors. I stopped praying. I still went to church every Sunday, playing the part of the devoted wife, but inside I was bitter, angry, and full of secrets. I gossiped, slandered, and quietly envied every smiling couple I saw. I no longer believed in love. I no longer trusted God. I thought He had abandoned me to this punishment called marriage. I became two people. The smiling worshiper with perfect Sunday hats, and the broken woman who cried in the shower so no one would hear. Things reached a boiling point in February 2022. We had been arguing for weeks about money, family, and my decision to start a women's Bible group. Mark said it was stupid. That I was stupid. That no one wanted to hear me talk about God, when I clearly did not even know Him. That night, I closed the door to our bedroom and locked it. I sat on the bed, staring at the wall until midnight. Then I reached for the pills. I do not remember falling asleep. I only remember waking up in a place that was not Earth. The bed was gone. The house was gone. I was standing in a darkness that had weight. It pressed against my skin. It whispered lies. And it was just the beginning. I do not know how long I was unconscious in the natural world, but where I landed felt eternal. At first, there was only darkness, not like night, but a living darkness that moved. It clung to my skin like oil. I tried to breathe, but the air felt thick, like smoke and rotting meat. The stench was unbearable. I covered my mouth, but I had no hands, no body. I was spirit, awake and naked, and nothing around me made sense. Then I heard it, screaming, endless screaming, not the kind of scream from a startled child. These were screams full of torment, like 1,000 people being set on fire at once. I began to run, at least I think I was running. My feet did not touch ground, but I was moving. Everything was dark, but ahead of me were flashes of red light, like bursts from a dying fire. Each flash revealed faces, twisted, stretched, melting, but fully aware. And then I saw her. There was a woman curled into herself, chained to a wall of fire. Her skin bubbled like hot wax. She was not screaming like the others. She was silent, but her eyes screamed regret. Something about her seemed familiar. I stepped closer, and I gasped. It was me. Not just me physically, but me spiritually, the bitter version, the unforgiving wife, the prideful churchgoer who never truly surrendered. She looked straight at me and whispered, "You brought yourself here." I fell backward, trembling. I tried to speak. I tried to say Jesus' name. But every time I opened my mouth, only dust and fire came out. And then, the voices began. They did not speak in English. They mocked me in whispers that I somehow understood. You said you forgave him, but you never did. You sat in church and hated him in your heart. You poisoned others with your pain. You thought you were better than him. Each word was a dagger. Suddenly, I was pulled down, as if gravity reversed. My feet were yanked beneath me, and I fell into a pit. The screams grew louder. I could now see souls gnashing their teeth, scratching their own faces, bound in chains labeled pride, adultery, bitterness. I looked at my own wrist. It read, "Unforgiveness." I screamed, "God, please. I am sorry. I did forgive him. I tried." But in that realm, excuses are like wind. They do not matter. Then I heard the voice. Not loud, not angry, but final. It was like thunder wrapped in sorrow. "You did not forgive from the heart. You wore my name, but you denied my mercy." Suddenly, flames began rising beneath me, licking at my feet, not burning my skin, but my soul. The pain was not physical. It was the full weight of regret, and it crushed me. I saw flashes of my past. Me crying in bed, wishing Mark would die. Me gossiping about him in church prayer groups. Me worshiping while hating his existence. Me praying for him to change, but never praying for my own heart. I had become the thing I hated, cold, hard, merciless. And hell does not welcome only murderers or atheists. It welcomes the unrepentant, the bitter, the religious with poison hearts. "Please," I screamed one final time. "Give me another chance." Then silence. All the screaming vanished. The fire disappeared, and I was suspended in a lightless space. I thought that was it. But then came the moment that still makes me weep every time I remember it. A light broke through the darkness. Not harsh or blinding, but pure, gentle, holy. A voice filled with power and compassion said, "Your time has not yet come. But you must tell them, unforgiveness will take many to this place. Go back. Warn them. Time is short." My spirit began to rise. I felt weight leaving me. The chains on my wrist disappeared. The scene dissolved into white. Then, with a violent gasp, I awoke in the hospital, my sister Linda sobbing at my bedside. The nurses told me I had stopped breathing. They had almost given up. I knew God had pulled me out, not because I deserved it, but because of his mercy. The beeping of the hospital monitor was the first sound I heard when I returned to my body. My throat burned. My chest ached like something had been ripped out and sewn back together. When I opened my eyes, the light overhead felt like sunlight after a storm. My sister Linda was gripping my hand, her mascara smudged with tears. "Oh, Carol, thank God. Thank God you came back." But all I could do was cry, not because I was afraid, but because I had seen what my heart really looked like. And I had barely escaped eternity with it. The following weeks were not easy. I could not go back to pretending. Something inside me had died in that place, and something new had come alive. The old Carol, the woman full of silent resentment, church clothes, and fake smiles, was gone. In her place was a woman undone, desperate for grace, hungry for holiness, and terrified of the cost of pride. I did not go back to Mark. No, I could not. The Lord was clear in my heart. You must release him and forgive him, but you do not need to return to the pit that tried to bury you. I filed for divorce. Not out of rebellion, but out of obedience. I did not do it in anger. I did it in surrender. And that was when the healing began. I started small, waking up every morning, kneeling beside my bed, praying, Lord, change me. Not Mark, not the people who hurt me. Me. I opened the Bible, not to prepare for a women's group or impress others, but because I was starving. Every word felt new. The red letters of Jesus tore through my soul. If you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive yours. Matthew 6 verse 15. That verse would have scared me once. Now, it set me free. I began calling people I had gossiped about. I apologized. I confessed. I wept. I released bitterness I had carried for decades. I forgave Mark, truly this time. I prayed for him. I stopped wishing for his destruction and started praying for his redemption. 6 months later, I started a ministry called Whole Women Rise. It was not flashy. Just a small Bible study group in my living room for women like me, churchgoers with secret wounds, fake smiles, and hardened hearts. The stories they shared sounded like mine: bitter marriages, spiritual emptiness, toxic religiosity, buried rage. I did not preach to them. I told them the truth. Hell is not just for monsters. It is for anyone who refuses to love. Now, 3 years later, I wake up every morning with peace. Not because my life is perfect, but because my soul is not chained anymore. I have seen hell. I have heard the screams. And I have no desire to live in a way that leads back there. If you are watching this and you are holding on to unforgiveness, let me tell you something hard. You are not safe. Hell is real. Not symbolic. Not metaphorical. Real. And your bitterness is not hidden from God. It is a seed that grows into chains. Religious activity will not save you. Attendance, titles, long prayers, they mean nothing if your heart is full of hate. You must forgive, not because they deserve it, because your eternity depends on it. Let go of what they did. Put it in God's hands. Let Him be the judge. You are not built to carry that weight. And you are not promised tomorrow. It is not enough to escape hell. We must help others escape it too. God's mercy found me. But not everyone gets a second chance. If you're listening to my voice right now, this is your second chance. Forgive. Repent. Surrender everything. Do not wait until you are standing in fire to believe that it is real. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with forgiving someone who deeply hurt you? What did this story stir up in your heart? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I will be reading them all. Your words matter, and your story might help set someone else free. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It helps this message reach someone who desperately needs to hear it. There are so many people living with chains they do not even know they are wearing. Let us help break them, together. God bless you, and remember, hell is real, but so is His mercy.